California has a huge problem because they are forcing a lot of people to drive EVs and giving them all kinds of incentives that it's gotten them into a huge heap of trouble. But guess what? They're also going to bring the trouble to the people, and they're trying to destroy other people's lives and pull the whole America into it. Yes, California is really planning on doing this. They are planning to charge people 30 cents a mile for driving a car, whether it's gas or electric or hydrogen. They want to charge you, instead of like paying registration tax or property taxes in certain states, they want to tax you 30 cents a mile that you drive your vehicle on. First, I want to roll you a little clip that explains what they're doing better, because they have a huge EV problem.
California is now planning on taxing citizens 30 cents for every mile you drive.
With more than 30 million registered passenger vehicles in California, the state says it shells out more than $8 billion a year to maintain the roads those cars drive on. But because so many Californians now own electric vehicles, the gas tax money is starting to dry up.
I'm going to have a link to the full video in the description below, as long as the news article in the description below, for you to do your own research. But this right here can make America the worst place to live on earth, literally. Especially if you're middle class, and especially if you're poor class, even worse. If you're rich, you're okay because you have so many vehicles and you don't really drive a lot. You actually fly if you're rich. But if you're middle class or poor class, guess what? You are going to be screwed over on taxes so bad that your income tax is gonna look like nothing. If you have a business, the income tax that you pay is gonna look like nothing compared to what this tax is coming up, especially if you live in California. Gavin Newsom is nothing but trouble. Since he was governor of California for however how many years, this Democrat has destroyed lives in California, made gas prices worse, made different things worse, made prices of food worse, made everything worse, coming up with the dumb laws, dumb tax laws. I don't even know how you guys in California live. And also, if you guys do move into California, from California into the other states, don't bring your dumb laws with you. If you want freedom, abide with our laws. Don't bring your laws in. Because when I was trucking around and I went to state of Washington and Oregon, and I asked them about how people live down there, they said we were all fine until people started moving to from California to the state of Oregon and Washington. They brought all the laws into those states, and now those states are just in the same boat as California, except not as bad. As of right now, he's doing a pilot program for certain select people. The California government is doing a pilot program. So not everyone is on this program. It's certain people are testing it out. But they want to tax people 30 cents a mile that they drive. And if you think that's a little number, that is not a lot. We as truckers don't even pay that much for IFTA. I mean, yeah, we do pay a lot for IFTA, but not for just one state. We pay a little less than 30 cents a mile, and we actually get paid to drive. If you're driving your personal vehicle, you're not getting paid to drive, and you're being forced to pay taxes. Think about it. On average, people drive 10 to 12,000 miles a year, which means if you drive 10,000 miles, your tax will be $3,000 at the end of the year. I don't know how they plan on calculating how many miles you drove, unless you do like an annual inspection on the car, because the loophole is just simply lying about how many miles you drove. But think about it. This tax per mile thing will not work in California or Los Angeles unless you strictly drive a bus. Like you ride the bus, you ride a bicycle to work, and occasionally take your car out for a few things. This simply does not work. This situation would work in New York City, but because people literally don't drive that much if they're actually in New York City. They take the metro, the bus, the train, the electrical thing, whatever it's called, the bicycle, and oftentimes they walk because everything's so close and hard to find parking when they drive their car. And when they do drive, they don't even drive that often. So it would work in New York City, but this concept will not work in the state of California. For those of you who in the right mind would want to pay $3,000 a year if they drive 10,000 miles on their personal car. I certainly wouldn't. I'm glad I don't live in California. I even found one YouTube video that a trucking page or a group that I'm following on Facebook has shared with me. Yes, I'm a car guy, but also I'm a trucker. And I follow car groups and I follow trucking groups. And out of all groups, a trucking group has posted it. And the YouTube video that I watched, that YouTuber is pure Democrat, pure liberal, and pure dumb. He's saying that states are watching California and they're gonna implement this law as well. Okay, listen, that probably is not the case. The last time states followed California, it didn't go too well, and not every state did that. Yeah, Oregon and Washington are sure following California, and same with New York, the state of New York and New Jersey and those states. But most of us country folks, we don't look at that other states. We do what's best for the people. And I'm gonna tell you straight up, if those states do look at California and implement this tax law, because they're like, oh yeah, that's gonna bring us a lot of revenue, guess what? People are gonna be moving out of the states that are taxing the most into the states that tax the less, and into the states that don't tax the tax per mile at all. Okay, it's gonna be also probably a lot of strikes, a lot of protesting. It's gonna be crazy because ain't nobody gonna want to drive. I'm gonna be straight up honest. A couple things gonna happen. Not sure if 3 things. Number 1, people gonna stop driving. The economy's gonna collapse completely because no one's gonna be driving. No one's gonna be conducting business. No one's gonna be exchanging the goods of money and whatever other goods are. Economy in every state is gonna collapse. The whole American economy is gonna collapse if everyone's gonna be taxed like that. And second, people are gonna be driving their business vehicles and turning everything to business vehicles because guess what? Now they can do a tax write-up since they're paying taxes. And me personally, as a trucker, I'm gonna do this. If my state of South Carolina decides to tax per mile, I'm moving out of here. Okay, I'm moving out of here. I'm moving to a state that either has a lower tax per mile rate on the personal vehicles, or to a state that doesn't do it at all. That's what I'm gonna do. And if I can't escape that, I'm gonna be strictly just doing trucking and driving my trucking, and that's it. Like, I'm not getting out of the truck. I'm driving to church on the truck, on the semi-truck. I'm driving to a grocery store on the semi-truck. Yeah, because guess what? I am not paying taxes on a personal vehicle of that much. I understand, yeah, we got to pay for registration stuff, but tax per mile, come on, think about it, folks. 10,000 miles and you're paying $3,000 in taxes because you drove 10,000 miles on your personal vehicle. I can guarantee you most people do not make that much money to have saved up at the end of the year. We're in such a huge crisis in America that even people that make $90,000 a year are living paycheck to paycheck. Okay, so this is a huge no-no if other states implement. My personal opinion, listening to other people, he's saying if people are smart, it's not going to happen in California. They're not going to pass it because people are just not going to vote for it. But hey, who knows? California has some of the most dumbest laws that they come up with that made the state worse. Not canceled. Guys, I'm Eddie B. 2004 Turn light. Driving attempt on the 6 Series.